Hey guys, this gravel bike has tubeless tires and it has a slow leak. I'm going to show you how to fix that. So the issue with this bike is that the air leak is so small that one can't really hear it, but the pressure drops from 3.5 bar to 0.5 bar in approximately a week or under a week. So it's not really a big issue if you go for a ride like once a week and you every time check the pressure anyhow and add some air before that. But if you're using the bike as a commuter bike, then it becomes quite annoying. So the best way to find that slow leak is to use some soapy water and spray the valve. That's one of the culprits, and also spray all of the spoke nipples and also the place where the rim meets the tire. And also before you start, add pressure. So if you have only 0.5 bar, the leak won't be that big, so add pressure to what you usually ride at, so then you will find it easier to find the leak. So after you have sprayed everywhere, try to find the air bubbles. If it's giving bubbles from one of the spoke nipples, it most likely is an issue with the rim tape. But in my experience, the most common issue is with the valve. So not necessarily the valve core, but it might be that the valve is not seated properly. It might be that it's leaking from where the valve meets the rim. There is a kind of O-ring underneath there to keep the air in, but it might be that it's still giving you a small leak. So one way to fix this would be to loosen the valve nut and then press the valve in, and that way you are letting air out and also sealant into the space, and maybe it will then the sealant will stop the leak. But actually with this bike, one issue is also that sealant was last added like 12 months ago, and that's quite a long time. So we should actually remove the valve core and push a stick in to measure how much sealant we have, and then add sealant. Because if there is a small hole somewhere and the sealant has dried up fully, then that might be the issue as well. So to measure the sealant level, let's first go ahead and just remove all the pressure. Let's open the valve and let the pressure out. After removing the pressure, let's use a valve core tool to remove the valve core. Let's just spin it out. And actually the valve core is also a bit dirty and might also cause issues, so let's go ahead and change the valve core to a new one at the same time. A bag of 10 valve cores is not actually that expensive. You can get them, for example, on Amazon. I'll leave a link down below. So now we can use some stick to push into the valve and measure. Okay, let's use this stick, it's a bit longer. And with do see sealant on the stick, so we know that there still is sealant, but since it has been a year, I think it might be a good idea to add some sealant. So let's do that now. This is Magic Milk high fiber tire sealant, and it actually says on the packaging that Magic Milk normally stays liquid for 6+ months before you need to add more, longer than competitors. 3+ months in hot climates. So it has been 12 months, so I think it's time to add some. So make sure you shake it well before adding. And well, you could take the tire off and scrape out all the old sealant, but since most of the sealant weight is the liquid, so actually water which has evaporated away, I don't think it's worth it to take the tire off. It's a lot more work. My way of adding this sealant is to use a syringe which fits on the bottle, and filling the syringe like this, and the syringe is 10 milliliters, so I'll add 5 of these to get 50 milliliters added, and then just stick it in the valve and push it in. Once you have added the amount you want, put the valve core back in. I'm just putting the old valve core for now, then we'll shake it up a bit, and then at the end replace a new valve core, because sealant gets inside the valve core, and I've noticed that the valve cores don't work very well after they have had sealant in them. So adding some air. Now with some air added, let's once more open up the valve nut and push and wiggle around a bit to get some sealant in here, and then tighten the valve nut again. Just hand tie this is fine, don't over tighten it, because that might also cause a leak. So then just go ahead and rotate the tire, maybe go for a bike ride to get the sealant everywhere, and at the end I'm going to still replace the valve core with a fresh valve core. So this method has been successful for me in reducing slow leaks or entirely removing the slow leaks. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're interested in more bike repair videos, go check out this one next. Thanks for watching.